Okay, so today we're gonna make butter chicken masala. So these are the ingredients that we need to make butter chicken masala. So this is about 400 grams of chopped tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of fenugreek leaves, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of ground chili powder, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, and 2 teaspoons of garam masala. And this is about 250 milliliters of milk, which is equivalent to 1 cup. And this is about 2 to 3 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. This is 3 large chopped onions. And this is the mixture of 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of ghee, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And here we have 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. These are some chopped corianders to garnish the butter chicken masala later on once they are cooked. Okay, so the next step is to fry the marinated chicken. So place them into the oil. Make sure not to crowd the pan. Okay, so now that we're frying the chicken, we need to let them fry for 3 minutes every side. Be careful not to burn them, just to brown them slightly. Okay, so here are the chicken that has been fried. So the color shouldn't be too brown and it shouldn't be burnt as mentioned, because you want to keep the chicken juicy. So next we have to do the sauce. Okay, so now in the same pan that you used to fry the chicken, you remove the chicken oil and now you put in the mixed butter, ghee and olive oil. Heat them up like this until they are bubbly and they have that nutty smell. Next you put in your chopped onions. Now you put it on a medium heat to stir fry them until they are slightly softened and slightly brown. Make sure they do not stick to the pan. So any of the onions that stick to the pan, just lightly scrape them. So now we'll leave it to fry for about 2 to 3 minutes time until they are softened. Okay, so now that the onion has browned, the next thing you need to insert is the ginger garlic paste. Give it a good stir for about 1 to 2 minutes. Continue stirring them until the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste has gone off, and they will slightly stick to the pan. It's okay, because later on you will scrape them off the pan as well. And next you need to insert your mixture of spices powder. So you just insert them, give them a good stir. So once it thickens up like this, it means that it's time to put in your tomatoes. So here are our chopped tomatoes. So just give them a good stir and put it on low heat to let it stir fry for about another 6 to 10 minutes until the tomatoes are softened and slightly sticking to the pan. Now before we let the tomato go to simmer, we can put in some salt, which is the 1 teaspoon of salt earlier, to help with the process of softening the tomato so that it will soften faster. Right, so give them a good stir. It will start to stick to the pan, so you'll have to scrape them as often as you can. And as you let the tomato to fry and soften within the 6 to 10 minutes, occasionally you have to come and stir them to avoid them getting burnt and getting stick to the pan too much. Okay, so now it's already the 10th minute and you can see that the tomato has already softened, including the onions and all. They are already well combined. So now we have to turn off the stove and let this paste cool down for a bit before we blend them into a fine, smooth and silky paste. Now as you can see, this is our blended tomato paste earlier. So you can see it's quite thick and creamy, so this will give a very good texture to the butter chicken masala sauce. So now let's go with finishing the dish by cooking the chicken in this sauce. Okay, so this is the tomato paste earlier that we have blended and added with another half a bowl of water. and only then we let it simmer for 15 more minutes before we pour in the heavy cream to make it even thicker. Alright, so 15 minutes have passed and this is the consistency that you'll get. You can see it's creamy and silky. So now it's time to add in the heavy cream. So, alright, that would be 1 cup of heavy cream added into the tomato paste. Look at that orangey, silky butter chicken masala paste that we have here. Just give it a good stir before you insert the chicken. We can add in our chicken. Alright. Give it a good stir. Now that the chicken has been added into the butter chicken masala paste, so now we have to let it sit for a while and simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until the juice of the chicken has really combined well with all the masala paste. Alright, so now is the 10th minute of simmering this chicken, and now we can add in the sugar. Okay, this is about 1 tablespoon of sugar, and also the fenugreek leaves. If you do not have these fenugreek leaves, it's perfectly fine, but of course it would taste a lot more different if you put in the fenugreek leaves. But if you do not have it, it's okay. You can still proceed with the butter chicken masala without the fenugreek leaves. After including the sugar and the kasuri methi, which is the fenugreek leaves, you can leave it to simmer for about another 5 to 10 more minutes, just so that the fenugreek leaves would excrete its juices and its taste all over the chicken paste. Right, so after this, we can just serve them hot with some rice, chapati, or any other bread that you like.